Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a common challenge for those of us who love to sew. Fixing those pesky errors when tailoring dress trousers. Whether you're a seasoned seamstress or just starting out, we've all been there. So, let's get right to it and learn how to correct some basic sewing errors. First up, let's tackle the issue of uneven hems. This is a classic mistake, but thankfully, it's usually an easy fix. The most common cause is simply not measuring accurately. To correct this, grab your measuring tape and carefully measure the hem at several points around the trouser leg. Mark the shortest point with a pin. Then, using that point as your guide, trim the excess fabric, ensuring the hem is even all the way around. Finally, fold and press the hem to the correct width and sew it in place. Next, let's address the dreaded crooked seam. This usually happens when the fabric shifts while you're sewing, or when you aren't guiding the fabric evenly. To fix this, carefully unpick the crooked seam using a seam ripper. Once it's undone, repin the fabric, taking extra care to align the edges perfectly. Slow down your sewing speed and guide the fabric gently, ensuring it stays aligned with the presser foot. This time, take your time to sew a straight, even seam. If you're still struggling, consider using a walking foot, which helps feed multiple layers of fabric evenly. Now, let's move on to the problem of puckering. Puckering can happen around the waistband or in the seams, and it's often due to tension issues. To correct this, first, check your machine's tension settings. Try loosening the upper thread tension slightly. Next, re-sew the puckered area, making sure the fabric is lying flat as you sew. If the puckering persists, you might need to use a different type of stitch, such as a slightly longer stitch length, or consider using a stabilizer to prevent the fabric from stretching. Finally, let's look at how to fix a seam that's too tight. This can happen around the hips or thighs, making your trousers uncomfortable. To fix this, carefully unpick the tight seam. Then, try letting out the seam allowance a little bit. If that's not enough, you may need to add a small fabric panel or insert to provide more room. When inserting a panel, choose a fabric that matches the original trousers as closely as possible, and use a narrow seam allowance to minimize bulk. So, there you have it. These are just a few of the most common sewing errors you might encounter when tailoring dress trousers, and how to fix them. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't get discouraged if your first attempts aren't flawless. With a little patience and these helpful tips, you'll be on your way to creating perfectly tailored trousers in no time. Thanks for watching, and happy sewing!